We are back from the Annapurna Circuit. So we spent 25 days walking the entire thing. When I say the entire thing, I mean literally. We started walking in Bessie Sahar, and we went up, over, and then we finished in Naya Pool. It was awesome, amazing. You definitely have to do this. So now that we're done, we're back. We spent a week in Pokhara, just like relaxing, eating pizza, laying in a comfortable plush bed, taking warm, hot showers. So now we're back in Kathmandu, and I want to go through my packing list for you so that you know what to pack when you do this circuit, or even Annapurna Base Camp, whenever your trip is. Okay, so I did the Annapurna Circuit with my boyfriend. So in this packing list video, I'm just going to show you everything that I packed for myself or that was packed for us to share, like body wash, shampoo, etc. So we did the circuit we started November 7th and we finished December 1st. So this would be a packing list especially for the fall, but I've also done this circuit in the spring, and you would want the exact same packing list for it. So, okay, I have 3 pairs of underwear, 2 sports bras, 3 pairs of socks. So I did one just regular pair of cotton socks. And then these 2 are my 2 wool socks. I had 1 tank top, 1 t-shirt. Both of those are dry fit material, so they dried very, very quickly. I have 2 long sleeve pairs of my base layer shirts, 1 pair of shorts, 1 pair of leggings. These are like, they're thin, right? So they're workout leggings, what I normally wear to the gym. I have 1 pair of hiking pants, 1 pair of base layer pants. I did bring a pair, those Nikes back there, that is a pair of pretty heavy sweatpants. Now, I would not recommend you bringing those. I did because we hired a porter, because at the time all the information communicated to us was that because of COVID, in a way for them to stimulate their economy, you had to hire either a guide or a porter. So we hired a porter, and we had some extra space in our bag. So I brought those thick, comfortable sweatpants as like a little luxury item, but I would not recommend that. You shouldn't pack that, especially if you're carrying your own bag, because those pants were heavier than, say, my leggings or my hiking pants. Okay, so these are my rain pants. I have 1 fleece long sleeve, my rain jacket. In that bag is my winter jacket. It's a down jacket, and it, again, smashes down into that tiny little bag. This was 1 buff. This was really good it's an alternative to sunscreen, right? So you don't have to keep reapplying sunscreen to your face, your ears, your neck. It also helped when the few times we were on the road, because, in what was it, May of this year, 2021, they witnessed a shit ton of landslides and floods. And so part of the trail is completely gone. The bridges are gone. There is no trail even left. So a couple times we had to reroute onto the road. So this also helped in the times that there were vehicles coming towards us or against us with the dust. So a buff. This is my winter face mask, 1 cap, 1 beanie or winter hat, one pair of light gloves, one pair of winter gloves. This right here is my sleeping bag. My sleeping bag is rated to go down to -15 degrees Celsius. Is that right? Yep, -15. Ooh, I gotta check on that. Okay, when I do my other part to this video of like the other packing things you should do, I'm gonna get that out and tell you what the rating on that is. I know for a fact my boyfriend's was rated for -20, and it was definitely, it was perfect. It was warm enough. You could go down to, granted, now he is born in Jamaica, raised in Miami, so he is used to warm climates. He doesn't do the best in cold weather, so -20 was good for him. I feel like most people, if you get a -15, you'll be just fine. You could probably do a -10, but -15 I think is the best. And then I had one pair of sandals and my hiking boots. Okay, so I just looked. My sleeping bag is rated for -26 degrees Celsius. So again, I would say -15 Celsius of a rating would be just fine. We were definitely warm in hours that were -26 and -20. A couple other things while they're still fresh in my mind before I get to the other packing items that you'll need. So basically, I had 2 of everything, and how I handled my clothing was, so we'd get up, we'd go hiking, and then when we would stop for the day, we would take a shower. I'd put on my new set of clothes, whatever, you know, the second of all my items. Then we would wash our whatever clothes we hiked in that night, or sorry, that day. We'd hang them up, let them hang out during the day and through the night if needed, especially like if we got into camp or the tea house at say like 4 or 5 when there's only an hour left of sun, or maybe it just there wasn't a lot of wind where we hung it up, so we needed through the night for them to dry. So again, I take a shower, put on my new set of clothes. We'd eat supper in those clothes. We'd go to bed. When I woke up, I kept those same clothes on, and those are the clothes that I would wear to hike that second day, and then just repeat it. So we get to the next tea house, I take those clothes off, take a shower, put my new clothes on, which would have been the clothes we washed yesterday, and repeat. So that's what worked for us. Honestly, I think that's the best way to do it if you've never done a tea house trek before. Now I would say for my clothing part of packing, everything I had, I used. There was nothing that I wished I had. I was always warm. Well, the one time I wasn't warm was the day that we went over the pass. My hands were cold, and that's because the winter gloves we bought here in Kathmandu were not the best quality, but we didn't know that till we actually tried them out on the trek. So besides my gloves not being warm enough, and that's just a fault of my own, I should have bought better quality gloves. Everything that I brought for clothes, I used. And again, there was nothing that I wished I would have had on the trek. Again, the one caveat is the sweatpants. Those were just a luxury item. You should not bring them, but I'm very happy I had them, even though they were pretty heavy. And because they were heavy, right, they're not very breathable material, I did not wash them at all on the trek. Needless to say, they definitely went straight to the laundry. Or the laundry cleaner as soon as we got back into civilization. So this is the non-clothing gear / supplies that I brought. So we have a toothbrush and toothpaste, my hairbrush, deodorant, chapstick that has SPF in it because you know, when you're up there on the mountain, even though it's cold, the sun's pretty powerful. Now, we brought 2 things of body wash. I do not recommend that at all. You should just bring a bar of soap. However, I love my boyfriend dearly, but he's a stinky kid. And regular bars of soap just do not work for him. So we had to bring 2 bottles of body wash. Again, we were planning to be gone for 30 days. You could probably get by. You just need 1 bar of soap for when you do it. But we brought 2. We brought, let's see, I think we had packed 8. So these are individual shampoo packets. We brought 8. We only used 6 of them. Again, I only wash my hair like maybe once a week. So I didn't need that much. And these are better than a bottle because as soon as you're done with it, you can just toss it out so it's less weight in your pack. I have a little towel. It's also, I mean, it's not dry fit, but it's pretty similar. So it dries really quickly. Now, I do wear glasses and contacts, obviously. So I brought my solution, my contact case, as well as some backup contacts. And there are my sunglasses. Okay, so for laundry, again, I was actually planning to just use a bar of soap, but I was pleasantly surprised in Kathmandu. We found there's not much left now, but we found a Tide bar of detergent. So we used this, and then like the last, I don't know, 2 days or so, we had to dip into this bar of soap to do our laundry. Again, I do not recommend you bring Downy Unstoppables. But as I just said, my boyfriend is a stinky kid, and just regular detergent does not get his clothes clean / smelling good. So we had to bring these so that he wouldn't be a stinky kid on the trek. Do not do that though. No, not necessary. Now this is something you probably will not see in anybody else's packing video. It is clothespins. Now, at these tea houses, they'll have an area for you to do laundry, right? You'll have a water faucet in a little area to do it. They'll also have clothing lines out there. What they will not have are clothespins. And I learned this the hard way. The first time I did this circuit in 2018, I didn't bring any clothespins. So when I hung my clothes up, you know, it's windy in a lot of these villages. So I would come out in the morning and my clothes would be like blown all across their yard or property. So this time I learned. So I brought clothespins. Those were a freaking lifesaver. We brought, so toilet paper is not in the toilets. Toilet paper is not provided on the trail or in the tea houses. So we started off with 3 rolls of toilet paper. We had to stock up during the trek. You can easily buy toilet paper there. That's no problem. We just had 1 extra when we got back. What you don't see here is we brought 2 big packs of wet wipes, and that was for, you know, if it was ever too cold to take a shower or now we actually had hot showers for most of the trail. A few times it was not hot. So we just, I call it a redneck shower. I don't know what it's actually called, but we used wet wipes to like take a shower when it was too cold. So we had 2 packs. Again, we were planning to be gone for 30 days, which is more than probably anybody else does. So if you do it, you'll just need to bring 1 pack of wet wipes. I was also pleasantly surprised that in Manang, which is like the last restocking town before you go over the pass, they actually had wet wipes there for sale. So that was awesome. I have a headlamp and backup batteries for that. That's good at At night, when, some of the tea houses, the dining hall is completely separate from where you will sleep. Like one of them, it was actually on the other side of the trail. So that was good to have to walk back. And just a couple of the tea houses did not have lights in the room where we slept, so it was nice to have there. And then as well as, if you have to get up through the night and you're not in a room that has an attached bathroom, that helps you as well. So definitely bring a headlamp. This is bug spray. Luckily, we never had to use it, but I was happy that we had it, and I think you should bring it as well. Same with these items. We have some duct tape, some electrical tape, and rubber bands. Again, we never had to use them, but I'm happy we had them in case something happened along the trek that we needed to patch up until we got to the next village. First aid kit, we used that. I kind of ran into some nettles. Aquifer, again, we didn't use it, but I'm happy we had it. I would have used it if, say, either of us had gotten blisters. We brought 3 things of Tiger Balm. We used one of them. I just can't find the other one for this video. And now, if you have never heard of Tiger Balm, and so if you're from the US, so Tiger Balm, it's like icy hot, but on crack. Once you get Tiger Balm, you'll never go back to icy hot. It smells delightful. It feels phenomenal. You got to get some Tiger Balm, which you can easily get in Kathmandu and Pokhara, etc. Okay, so my rain fly for my backpack in case it rained. Oh my God, we freaking lucked out with the weather. It was bluebird skies every single day, except the very last day. It was cloudy, but we never got rained on, thank God. But you need to prepare and have your rain gear because it does rain on this trek typically. So, okay, emergency survival blanket. Again, didn't have to use it. Happy we had it though. Water and purification, or water, Jesus. This is a water bottle. And then purification tablets. So we would just, there's water all along the trail in villages or even parts just on the trail in the middle of nowhere. So you just fill your water bottle up and drop a tablet in there. And then in 30 minutes, it is purified. So we were able to easily get these aqua tabs in Pokhara. I also saw them in Kathmandu, as well as a couple of the villages had them to restock up on. And this is what I used to kind of navigate us, look ahead for the next day, what was the trail going to be like, etc. So that was good. It is outdated. So this was published in 2016. It's now 2021. It was outdated before the floods this year, but it still gave a good idea of what you're going to get into. So I'm hoping within the next year or two, they come out with an updated version. Now this was my entertainment in the tea houses. So I had 2 books. One of them I finished on the trek, so I just donated it to a tea house. One helped someone else read in their free time, as well as it lightened our porter's load. I had 2 puzzle books. I like to do puzzles. A notebook, or a journal, wrote down my thoughts each day. Also kept track of how much we spent. So I'll do a cost of living / how expensive. It's the Annapurna Circuit video soon. 2 pens, deck of cards. This is what my gimbal stick goes in, which is what stabilizes my camera when I'm recording. Cell phone charger, headphones, of course, trekking poles. Yes, you definitely should have trekking poles. They are a freaking lifesaver. And then these, so oh my God, please don't mind the mold in this bag. It wasn't there before, but clearly it's been 10 days since we got done with the trek and I didn't clean it out properly. So in the mornings, we never ate breakfast in the tea house. We got our breakfast to go because we were not hungry, until 3 hours or so into the truck. So we would just get Tibetan bread and hard-boiled eggs, and we put them in this massive Ziploc and eat them later. And then most of this other stuff you see, I packed into other... Okay, I don't know what you last heard because it cut me off, but we packed the rest of the stuff or most of the stuff into these Ziploc bags. One, in case, you know, it rained or something exploded in our pack, it wasn't going to ruin everything in there. And then, yeah, it organized it. So this is everything non-clothing that you will want to pack. I definitely misspoke there. I forgot there's a couple other items that we packed and completely used up, so I don't even have it for you to see. So some things that we also packed not on that bed. A lock, which I don't know why I can't find that, but we never used the lock. In every place we stayed, we were given a lock and a key on the door, but I'm happy I had it just in case. I mean, if maybe there's some tea houses on the truck that don't provide a lock, so I would still bring a lock for that. We brought cash, so you're going to want to, I believe you'll have to watch my How Expensive is the Annapurna Circuit video next, because I haven't fully tallied everything up, but I budgeted for I brought enough cash to cover $30 per person. Again, it was me and my boyfriend per day, which was insanely high, but I wanted to have extra money instead of being short on it, as well as we had to pay our porters. So how it works with the porters is before you leave, you give them 50% up front. And then after that, you can either pay them at the end of each day or you just pay them once you get back. So I brought his other 50% with me as well. So make sure before you leave, though, you break a lot of your money down, because, you know, if these tea houses don't have change, you're either going to like wipe the entire village out of their change, or they're just going to be like, sorry, I can't break this down. You have, you know, I'm just going to charge you this entire price that, you know, say it was 400 and you give them 1,000, they don't have any change. They'll be like, well, sorry, I got to keep this 1,000. So definitely try to, and I don't blame them. Like, why would you, that's rude to completely wipe out all of their change. So be proactive, break your money down in either Kathmandu or Pokhara before you go. You can do it two different ways. One, you can either pull a bunch of money out and then, you know, when we would buy stuff, I'd always just have the stores break down my cash, because again, they have a bigger cash fund to work with than these tea houses in these villages. You can also go to a bank and have them break it down. Depending on how much money you have to set it up with them. So what I did is I went to a bank, asked them if they would be able to change a lot of money. I showed them how many thousand rupees I had. And then they said, sure, come back tomorrow. We'll get all the change for you. And then so they broke the money down for free for me, and they just made sure that the security guard was right there behind me, because I had quite a bit of money on me. I mean, I had about 2,000 or so, because again, I brought a little more than $30 per person per day. So those are the two different ways, but definitely break your money down for that. I mean, at minimum, only bring 500s, because even that's still kind of big. Okay. What else we also brought sunscreen. But again, I only just used my Buff, and that was fantastic. Again, glad I we just had a small bottle of sunscreen. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to wear a Buff, you don't need to bring sunscreen. Another thing we brought were granola bars. We brought, let's see, about 12 per person. So 24 on the truck. And those are just nice to have like once a day, if we were like lacking some energy when we were hiking, or just, it was just something different to eat besides, you know, what's on those tea house menus. Because basically on the tea house menus, for the most part, they're all the same. So it was a nice, I don't know, change up along the way. We also brought a power bank / battery pack. Anthony, my boyfriend, actually has it. He's out in Kathmandu right now, so I can't show you that. But we did have that. That was nice. A couple times the power was not working in the tea houses, or, you know, some of them are run off of solar, some of them are run off of hydro. And well, especially towards the end of the season when the water dries up, actually it really freezes up, then they don't have power. So that was nice to have. And oh yeah, okay, that is everything that we packed. And then lastly, our bag. So the bag that we gave to our porter, it had it weighed 17 kilos, and that was combined both of our stuff in there. Our agency had said our porter can carry up to 20. We only put 17. And again, as we got higher up in elevation, we were wearing like the warmer clothes, so his pack got lighter. And then yeah, as soon as we used up something, whether I finished my book or, you know, one of the body washes was complete, then we tossed it out to also help lighten his load. And then each of us had a small little day pack. So in that day pack, I kept our rain gear, and then we brought our food. I brought my gimbal stick and my trekking book. As well as, you know, my hat, my buff, my water. Yeah, like the stuff you'll need actually on the trail goes into your small little day pack. Then everything else goes to the porter. So again, long-winded way of saying this is what you need to hike the Annapurna Circuit and or Annapurna Base Camp. As always, like the video, leave me a comment. When are you planning to go on this trek? Again, I will do another video on how much it costs, and also like I'll do a couple of videos out there. If you've been following me at all on this trek, you'll know that I lost my phone on the very last day. So unfortunately, a lot of my information is going to be me telling you. I wished I could show you all this stuff I wanted to show you, but rest in peace, old phone. Let's see, like, comment, subscribe for more unique travel adventures. The next one, as always, right here in 3, 2, 1.